I'm not angry. Please. Mom, is this real?
Is this real is a good question. That's kind of how I feel about this whole movie. Greetings, fellow movie lovers. Welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle. I'm a huge movie buff, and this is my channel where I react to mostly action and superhero movies that I've never seen before, but also other stuff that looks interesting or new. I started the channel so I could understand the inside jokes and references in WandaVision, and here we are 2 years later, still reacting. I'm excited to be getting to the more recent DC movies now because they seem pretty interesting. I'm kind of hoping that the DC at this point, which is I think 2019, has kind of given up on trying to recreate what the MCU accomplished and are just trying to just make interesting movies with fun characters. And Joker looks interesting. It has a very split ratings percentage on Rotten Tomatoes. The critic score is 69%, but the audience score is 88%, which is pretty typical for like a superhero movie. If this even qualifies as that, I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe this movie is going to go the way of like Maleficent or Cruella, giving us an origin story for the villain now. That's been a thing for a few years. But I've seen a fair amount of Jokers with quite a few different actors playing him, so I'm wondering, like, do we really need another Joker movie? Like, is this one going to show us anything new or anything from a different perspective? So we'll see. I like Joaquin Phoenix a lot, especially in Walk the Line. That's my favorite of his. And it looks like there are quite a few other recognizable actors who are going to show up. I was looking at the producers and directors' previous works, and it looks like Todd Phillips also produced A Star is Born, which I adored. And then he also directed The Hangover, which is one of the funniest, best constructed comedies out there. So he's certainly done some good work in the past. We've got a good pedigree here. So I'm curious what I'm in for with this movie. So before we get started, please like, subscribe, leave comments, do all the things. It really does help the channel. And make sure to let me know what you would like me to react to next. All right, let's dive into the Joker.
For the first time in decades.
Okay.
In other news, the building industry and landlords today expressed concern
over
the latest increase in heating oil prices.
Oh dear. Someone's not happy. As much as he tries to look like he is. Okay, so what year is this? Is this the late 70s?
You're gonna be a clown, at least you can be a good one. You know that, right?
Oh. Somebody's gonna get hit by a car. Oh! Oh dear. Ow. Oh, it's a flower's leaking. Oh dear. Okay. What's happening? Poor woman's like going like, what the hell?
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
It is certainly tense.
She's probably like, try being a black woman, honey. It's always been crazy for us.
Last time, I asked you to bring your journal with you for these appointments. Can I see it?
That might not be a good idea. I don't think you want to see it, honey.
I think I told you I'm pursuing a career in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be a great stand-up comic. I hope my death makes more sense than my life. Okay. And it's sense, C-E-N-T-S rather than S-E-N-S-E.
And have you thought more about why you were locked up?
Yeah, let's get into that. Sad face.
Yeah. Can you please stop bothering my kid?
He's the one staring at me. So this is like a combo of crying and laughing at the same time, and he can't differentiate between the two. Sudden, frequent, uncontrollable laughter doesn't match how you feel. It can have you with brain injury. Okay, I've heard of that. That's a thing. I mean, so we're pretty well establishing that he's a little bit messed up in the head, either suffering from depression or had a traumatic brain injury. Which I will say, I know someone who has a traumatic brain injury, and it messed them up for like months. Like just a simple slip and fall on the ice. And they were in the hospital for 2 months and still have like balance problems and thought processing problems and all of that. Why did it say P. Fleck? Because didn't she say his name was Arthur?
Abby, did you check the mail before you came up?
Yeah, Mom.
Oh, it's mother. Okay.
Authorities are saying the city is
Super rats. Oh, Lord.
super rats who are hard to kill.
You must not be getting my letters.
Oh, she was in 6 Feet Under.
Thomas Wayne. Well, he's a busy man.
Please. I worked for that family for years.
Did he say Thomas Wayne? She worked for the Wayne family? Was Bruce Wayne going to show up?
Oh, yeah? Everybody who? Who do you talk to?
Everybody on the news. He's the only one who could save this.
Don't watch the news and think that it's anything. It's going to tell you what's going on for real. Is that Robert De Niro?
I mean, these rats are... I love you, too. Hey, Bobby, will you put the lights on? Who is that?
Uh-oh.
Arthur?
Arthur.
My name's Arthur.
Oh, okay. Well, there's something special about you, Arthur. I could tell.
Oh, yeah, this is a dream. Okay, is this a memory or a dream? I wasn't sure.
She always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She says I was put here to spread joy and laughter.
Okay. Put on a happy face even when you're not happy? That's not going to cause any problems psychologically. Okay.
You see all this, the lights, the show, the audience, all that stuff. I'd give it all up in a heartbeat to have a kid like you.
Okay. Oh, ow. Okay. Yikes. His body looks very strange.
Hey, Randall, what's up? Another day in Chuckletown. Yep.
Okay, so we've definitely seen that actor before. I can't remember his name, but...
You know what? Yeah. What is it?
Don't give him a gun. I don't think that's a good idea.
You gotta protect yourself out there.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a great idea.
Don't sweat it, Art. No one has to know. And you can pay me back some other time.
Oh, dear. You can pay me back some other time for this thing that you didn't ask me for.
You know what I've always wondered?
No, I do.
Do you people call it miniature golf, or is it just golf to you?
Uh-huh. And it just stops.
I like you, Arthur. You know, a lot of the guys, they think you're a freak, but I like you.
Not exactly a compliment, but okay.
They don't feel comfortable around you, Arthur, because people think you're weird, okay? And I can't...
Yeah, people think you're weird. Where are those stairs? I've heard of them, but I've never seen them. And I know that there's a scene where he comes when he gets dressed up as the Joker and dances down them.
Hey.
I was going to say, is that even his floor?
Because Thomas Wayne is a good man. If he knew how we were living, if he saw this place, it would make him sick.
And I'm guessing Thomas Wayne probably owns this building. He's probably a slumlord, landlord dude.
But Happy, what makes you think you could do that?
What do you mean?
I mean, don't you have to be funny to be a comedian?
Oh, dear. His body is very weird looking.
No. No, it's not. Him.
Oh. Okay, dumbass. And now he's stalking this poor woman because she talked to him in the elevator? Really?
She comes to me during my office hours. It's Monday and Wednesday, 3 to 5. She says, "Excuse me, Professor Lewis."
It's like he doesn't know how to laugh when other people laugh. As if you don't. Okay.
Are you following me today?
Yeah.
Well, at least he's honest. Okay.
I was hoping you'd come in and rob the place.
I have a gun. I come by tomorrow.
Well, that was funny.
Maybe come see a show sometime.
I could do that. Yeah. You let me know when?
Well, that was a fairly normal interaction. He can... Okay, he can fake it for 5 minutes, I guess.
If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
Whoops.
You're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy.
He's gonna get fired from that too.
Besides, Randall told me you tried to buy a 38 off him last week.
Randall, dude, you're not helping. Ow.
Hello.
Don't talk to me. Don't. Oh, we're gonna sing a little Sondheim there? Okay. Okay.
One who keeps tearing around.
I don't think you want to mess with him.
Where are
He's crazy and he's got a gun. Okay. Yeah, see ya. They fucked around, they're gonna find out. Eventually, you act like an asshole to enough people. Eventually, you're gonna act like an asshole to the wrong person. Better finish him off so that he can't give evidence as to who it was. Not that they'd be able to identify him anyway, though. Like, there's no video cameras anywhere, security cameras or anything. So I guess I'm not sure. Like, there's a lot of like really cool kind of visual moments going on here. Like, this is, I mean, it's very interesting visually. I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to feel right now. Am I supposed to be sympathetic towards him, or understanding, or kind of like, oh, angry at the state of the world back in the 70s that everybody was dealing with? Like, I don't know how I'm like, okay. That made him feel powerful and effective and all that. Really? Did that really happen?
Yeah. Doesn't seem fair. Getting fired like that.
Well, yeah, you didn't help, dude.
I forgot to punch out.
Okay, he laughed at an appropriate time, though, right there. So that might be progress.
Carnival.
Don't smile. So they really like staircases in this movie.
We're joined by Thomas Wayne.
Happy, look, Thomas Wayne's on TV.
Did she call him Happy?
Yeah.
Looks like he's...
What's with his shoulders are like... Oh, like, does he dislocate his shoulder?
Those of us who have made something of our lives will always look at those who haven't as nothing but clowns.
Yeah, we know. Thanks very much. It's a weird thing to like make him look freakish physically. I don't know how to feel about that.
Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts. People are starting to notice.
They've cut our funding. We're closing down our offices next week.
She probably should have responded in some way to the things that...
They don't give a shit about people like you, Arthur.
Well, that's true enough. So I have a feeling this is not going to go well.
Always told that his purpose in life was to bring laughter and joy into this cold, dark world.
Oh, she's there. Uh-oh, okay. Is that a picture of a naked woman in his book?
Heart is aching, smile, even though it's breaking.
So was that real? Like how?
3 less pricks in Gotham City. Only 1 million more to go.
I wish they would like have them sit down and actually have a conversation, like the two of them or something. I mean, maybe that'll be in this scene, but what is he saying that she thinks he's so funny, and or does this just not exist at all? Like that, it feels very strange to me. Yeah, let's see what's in these letters here. So her name is Penny. Is that what that return address said? To be honest, I did not wish to bother you over the phone. Oh, critical. Your son and I need. Okay. So they're really saying like he's Batman's brother, half brother.
Give you a...
Okay.
Until you stop being angry.
I'm not angry. Please. Mom, is this real?
Is this real? Is a good question. That's how I feel about this whole movie.
And I could never tell anyone because, well, I signed some papers.
Interesting. Oh, because, well, was it in the first Batman with Jack Nicholson that it's revealed, like that eventually it's revealed that he's the one who killed Batman's parents, but I can't remember which version of the Batman origin story it was actually specified in, or was it in all of them? I can't remember. Hey movie lovers, just want to take a very brief intermission to tell you that there are full-length versions of a bunch of my reactions over on Patreon, as well as exclusive reactions that haven't been published on YouTube, and polls. If you'd like to choose what I react to or watch the entire movie along with me, hop over there and check it out. Okay, let's get back to the movie. So now I feel like we're finally getting somewhere. It was about 50 minutes into the movie. I feel like, okay, now we're kind of been inching towards something, and now I feel like we're almost there at least.
What's your name?
I'm Bruce.
I don't know that I've thought that the Joker was that much older than Bruce Wayne. I mean, I thought maybe 10 years, but I mean, Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's at least in his 40s. Okay, what? He just lets this strange guy put his fingers in his mouth?
I'm just trying to make him smile.
Well, it's not funny, is it? Do I need to call the police?
No, please.
Is that Alfred?
Your mother was delusional. She was a sick woman.
Don't say that.
Yeah, that's not going to go over well.
Before you make a fool of yourself.
So was there a them, or was there not a them? I mean, what does he plan to... What's the end game here? Because even if he does kill him, and he, if it drops down on the ground, like, there's still a gate in between them that's locked. Wow, actually sitting outside smoking. So maybe you couldn't smoke in hospitals at this point. Or he just wanted to sit outside and not be in there.
No. We just asked her some questions. And she got hysterical. Hyperventilating.
Oh, I recognize his voice, yeah. What is the point of her? Like, I don't understand, like, her personality, her backstory. Like, they've had very little dialogue to like create any sort of relationship between the two of them. Does she exist just to like give him a girlfriend or something? I'm confused about that.
I got a coffee. You want one?
I feel like maybe she's just one of the things he accomplishes because he's becoming the Joker, and like I don't know.
We got this videotape from Pogo's Comedy Club right here in Gotham. Here's a guy who thinks if you just keep laughing.
Oh no, what?
I hate it.
Is he dreaming this? Like why, what, in what world would this happen?
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
Okay, that's funny. That's kind of funny. Like, and somewhat self-aware, and like that's a good joke. Kill the rich, a new movement. Like, I feel a little bit like I'm kind of, okay, it's been an hour, and like I get it. Like, okay, he's put upon and he's been beat up and beat down, and but I don't know, are they saying something about society, or are they saying something about mental illness? Are they saying something about masculinity? Are they saying about something about politics and class? Like, I mean, I'll reserve judgment on that point until we get to the end here, but what, is he literally just waltz in? Great security they got there, I guess. So he was literally blocking those people's view, and nobody said anything? I think someone would have said something like, dude, sit down.
You're the guy that came to my house yesterday.
I'm sorry, I just showed up, but my mother told me everything, and I had to talk to you.
Maybe don't turn your back on the crazy guy that showed up at your house.
Because you were adopted, and I never slept with your mother. What do you want from me, money?
Oh, he's adopted?
Dad, it's me.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Please give me a call when you get this message. Again, Mr.
What is he doing? Oh, he's getting in the fridge? He might get stuck in there. Because those old fridges, that was a thing that they didn't open from the inside. Okay. Yeah. Oh. What is this? What?
Yeah, isn't that great? He'd love to talk to you, maybe do some of your act.
Is this a joke? Okay, I kind of thought we were getting somewhere, but now we're back to this kind of inching along to the plot. It's very like still in the we're halfway done, and we're still in this like kind of discovery phase of things happening. I feel like we're still in the first act.
How does someone wind up in here? Have they all the people committed crimes?
Wasn't he in there? Didn't we already establish that he was in there?
Yeah, they got programs, city services, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. They cut all those.
Thanks, Reagan.
Was found guilty of endangering the welfare of her own child.
Well, that can't be the first time he's seen that.
Come on, man.
I probably thought what I probably been like, yeah, I'm really sorry I can't release this form. It's really unfortunate. Oh no. Look what happened.
You also stood by when one of your boyfriends repeatedly abused your adopted son.
Yeah, blame her for that. That's great. So I think we're telling three different stories here. Like, is it abuse? Is it mental illness? Is it society? Like, the combination of all three is interesting, but not unusual. Like, isn't it all? It's always all these things. Like, a vast majority of the time, it is like one leads to the other. They all exacerbate each other. I feel like I'm not hearing anything like terribly unique as to why he's so damaged. Her apartment was just unlocked and she's not there.
Your name's Arthur, right? You live down the hall?
Okay, so that was all a fantasy. Okay, so that's why we didn't get any scenes of of them having an actual conversation. Because they didn't have an actual conversation. Yeah, that would probably kind of annoy your neighbors. Yikes.
That there was something wrong with me? There isn't.
Oh?
That's the real me?
Maybe.
It's a fucking comedy.
Okay. I think it takes a lot longer than that to strangle someone, like especially with a pillow. But that's okay.
Hey, Murray. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been a lifelong dream of mine.
I don't think it's gonna go like the way he thinks.
That's what all the people say.
Don't tie your hair like that when it's wet. You will make a mess of your bathroom if your hair's dripping dye all over the place. Oh man. Ew. That would taste horrible. TW, interesting.
No, I feel good. I stopped taking my medication.
Do you?
I feel a lot better now.
Oh dear.
Thank you so much. I just want to.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, well then. That escalated quickly.
Don't look.
Too late. Oh no. Oh, and he can't reach. Poor guy. Okay. Okay, so this is like the first full like transformation of something happening. That took an hour and a half. So this is, yeah, another one of those cool visual moments. Oh, are those the detectives up there at the top of the stairs?
Hey, Art! We need to talk!
No, maybe not. Yeah. It's kind of a stupid move on the detective's part. Maybe you should have waited till you were a little bit closer to get his attention and give him an opportunity to run. Oh, he's going to get lost in all of the mix of other clowns? Okay.
But stable condition at Gotham Metropolitan.
Oh, so this is real, this thing. I thought it was just some random woman calling him to make a joke, and that he was going to find out about it when he got there.
I don't believe in anything. I just thought I'd be good for my act.
For your act? Didn't you hear what happened on...
Oh, that's Mark Maron. I did see him on the cast list.
Well, if you say so, kid, Joker it is. It's good.
Thanks, Murray.
Is he going to shoot him and everybody else in the audience instead of himself?
You may have seen that clip of our next guest. Now,
Waiting for him to turn to the guy and go, just don't worry, it's just part of my process. Okay, no, thank you. Gross.
And you had to look that up?
He's going to shoot the Ed guy and...
Well, let me get this straight. You think that killing those guys is funny?
I do. And I'm tired of pretending it's not.
I've seen that meme quite a few times, so...
All of you, the system that knows so much...
The poor doctor's like, get me out of here. Get me away from this person.
I'm awful? Oh, yeah? How am I awful?
Playing my video.
That was kind of awful. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what you get!
Call the police.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Okay. So the bad guy literally like gets a stage to tell all of his philosophy. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like read reviews of this before I write my wrap up, because I'm very curious as to what other people thought of this. And just the idea of that, like, this is, well, yeah, the 70s in New York and then just in general were pretty bad. And that's fine. But this was like before the pandemic. This was before the George Floyd was killed and all of the protests and the murders, like which I lived in the middle of. Like, I live a mile and a half away from where George Floyd was killed. All of that crap was happening like right around me. And I feel like this hits differently after that. I'm gonna have to think about what to say about that after in a minute, but I feel like a little bit like it's trying to be deep, but not really succeeding. I don't know how to feel about this. Oh, what? So they had to throw a car crash in the middle of it. Oh, so he's gonna get away. I get it. That makes sense. Oh, he's getting a little help. Did this guy do this on purpose? Well, you could have just tried to open the door and taken him out that way. It might have been a little bit easier, but okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, so maybe not the Joker going to do it himself. Because that was established in one of the movies, wasn't it? That was Joker that killed the dad and the mom? Okay, so this is establishing that it wasn't him. It feels a little bit weird to be like that there's supposed to be some glory in these kinds of moments like this. Like, so how'd we get here? He's clearly in a hospital. Did none of that happen? None of the entire movie happen? It was all in his head. So was that whole thing? Are they saying that this whole thing was a dream, or I'm confused? Okay, well,
Isn't it rich?
Oh, they end with Sinatra's "Send in the Clowns." Okay, all right then. Yeah, that just felt like an exercise in misery. It just wasn't that fun to watch. There were a few really cool visual moments, but other than those, it was just kind of unpleasant and sad and hopeless. Like, is this the kind of superhero movie people want to watch these days? Like, I was reading in Wikipedia that the director wanted to like turn the comic book movie universe on its head with this, but I don't think he succeeded in that much at all. Like, and that he wanted to do something irreverent. I don't see irreverence here either, because there's not really any comedy. Like, I don't think I laughed once the entire movie, but not even like ironically. If anything, Suicide Squad 3 years before this is way more irreverent, because that actually makes the villains look cool and kind of sexy. And Deadpool does that. Deadpool's, of course, very irreverent. This is just kind of a slog. I think it would have been much more interesting to take a person who was like healthy and happy in his real life and then have things just turn so horrible for him and everything that he loved be stripped away, and he be so beaten down that he loses his shit and tips over the edge into violence. Like, that just seems so much more interesting to me. But this, it just seems inevitable that he's going to end up being violent, and like there's no progression towards it, or even misdirection or moments of hope where it might not happen, but then when something else happens that makes it go, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, here we're just kind of like, we're waiting for it to happen. The entire first, 3/4 of the movie. We're like, and when we finally got to it, it was like, okay, finally, now we can move on. And, and as sad as it is, what happened to Arthur, it's not all that unique or original. I mean, children are abused all the time. People with mental illnesses are left to their own devices without proper care or services. Society lauds the rich and thinks of the poor as clowns, like still to this day. Like, I don't understand why it needed to be set in this time frame during a garbage collector strike, like just to make the cities even worse than they already were and still are today. I mean, yeah. Wikipedia also says that the creators were inspired by those Scorsese films like Taxi Driver and Raging Bull. But then that just like, you can totally see that in this movie, but it really just makes the movie feel dated. I'm so sick of filmmakers trying to recreate those movies to make themselves look cool. Like, the reason that those movies worked is because they were a product of their time. People were interested in that kind of white male angst and violent reaction to society that they kind of show/glorify. But we don't need more movies that say those things, because those movies said those things perfectly. We get it. Like, you can't recreate that. Society and entertainment has moved on. And I was frankly bored watching Joker because I've seen the exact same thing 10 times before in the movies of the 70s and 80s that were basically this exact same thing. This movie didn't say anything new that those movies didn't say. It just put Joker makeup on the main character. It's just another look at this sad, sick, lonely, abused guy who becomes a bad guy story. And look, it's clearly well made. It's well acted. I will give them that. But I think this movie falls under the whole, like, they were so busy trying to figure out if they could, they didn't stop to think if they should idea. Like, do we need more movies like this if they're not going to say anything new? Like, it's almost as if the filmmakers were afraid to take a stand on any one issue and have it like represent something current. And like Joker, like they wanted to say, I don't believe that. I don't believe in anything. As if they were like afraid to be political. But like, why couldn't Joker have been inspired by what happened to him to become political? Like, what's wrong with that? And he might have been canceled, but I have a feeling like he would have loved that, So yeah, clearly this movie didn't speak to me. In my mind, it didn't speak to much of anything but an excuse to just be sad and violent. I'm looking for something more. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to see all my reactions, do all the things. Tell me what you thought about this movie in the comments and what I thought about it. Feel free to argue all in the comments all you want. Let me know what you think I should be reacting to next. Then check out my Patreon to see full-length reactions, participate in polls, and watch lots of exclusive content. I love sharing movies with you guys, good and bad. Thanks so much for watching.